Welcome to Hello Downtown, a podcast by Downtown Sioux Falls.
This is Hello Downtown, the podcast where we explore the people, the places, and the pulse of our city's core. I'm your host, Brandon Hanson, and every episode we dive into the stories shaping life in the heart of Sioux Falls. So whether you're downtown every day or just downtown at heart, let's jump in. Back on Hello Downtown, but today with the one and only Teri Schmidt, CEO of Experience Sioux Falls.
With the one and only Brandon Hanson, CEO of Downtown Sioux Falls.
Well, we the team dug up some pretty good dirt on you, and it's not really dirt, but in lieu of a proper introduction, I'm just going to read some dirt about you. It's good stuff. It's,
this is risky.
CEO of Experience Sioux Falls, and you can correct any of this if you want or add to it, but numerous awards, Lifetime Achievement in Tourism Award. I think that was in 2020. SME Excellence Award and through an MB Award. I think they call it an MB.
Yes.
Now, the USA South Dakota Softball Hall of Fame.
I just heard that.
You don't think that's real?
That is real.
It is real.
I was just told.
It's incredible. They didn't tell you. I'm telling you.
They did tell me. It got out a little early, they said. And so they got a hold of me so I would know.
Amazing. And then the Winter School District Hall of Fame.
Winter, South Dakota, pheasant capital of the world, is my hometown.
I love it. That's incredible. A mother and a grandmother. Been with Experience Sioux Falls for, I think you said 40 years.
43 years it will
now.
Be in December.
Goodness gracious.
And I'm only 27, so you figure that out.
I was going for 29, but just kick us off. Tell us a little bit more about yourself, other than this incredible resume that I just read off, but you've done a lifetime investment in Sioux Falls. So tell us about you.
Well, I'm from Winter, South Dakota. I guess you know that now. I went to college at the University of South Dakota, majored in elementary education and minored in dance. I bet you didn't know that, did you?
I did not know. I knew the elementary education part.
Yeah. My parents started me in tap dance and baton twirling when I was 2 years old. And so I tapped my way through high school and twirled. And I went to college and was the baton twirler for the University of South Dakota Marching Band.
I knew that.
And, oh dear, someone gave you dirt.
No, I just have a good team.
And from there, I taught in Ainsworth, Nebraska for 1 year. I taught first grade, which was totally a blast. And then I came to Sioux Falls and taught in Brandon and loved every minute of it, except teacher negotiations, which I led. And, then you get into the real dirt and the politics and all that kind of thing. And then one day, one of my girlfriends who was an HR specialist with a company in Sioux Falls called me and said, there's this job open and you would really love it. And I was like, well, what is a Convention and Visitors Bureau? I've never heard of that. So she told me, so just for the heck of it, I threw my resume together and submitted it and went through the interview process, embarrassed myself only once that I know of. And here I am 42 and a half years later, loving every minute of it.
I mean, that's a pretty long career now in a single industry, but a single company as well.
Yes.
That's pretty amazing.
I'm very fortunate. The average length of stay in my position in a Convention and Visitors Bureau in the United States is 4 years. So, and a lot of it's because of people fry. The politics gets heavy sometimes, and the load is heavy. It appears that we have all this fun all the time, which we do, but what goes on, this very well, what goes on behind the scenes to make all that fun happen is really intense, and you got to do a lot of hard work. So, but I've just loved every minute of it.
Yeah, that's incredible. So I used to work for the Washington Pavilion. Mm-hmm. What you just explained reminds me of, I would have people ask me, because I oversaw the Science Center. Just like, it must be so fun to be around like the dinosaurs and all these things. Like, well, I don't play on them all day. My role is to make sure other people get to experience this.
Right.
There's a lot of planning and work and
there's
coaching,
so
mentorship
much
on the back end. So,
and taking care of people and what they want and making sure hospitality is to the maximum.
Yep.
And that the product that you're selling is to the max, which we both are lucky with that because the Washington Pavilion and the city of Sioux Falls are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. You said back then, what the heck is a convention center visitor bureau? I mean, it's still what you are,
Right.
but you're called Experience Sioux Falls.
Right.
Can you just explain to folks who are listening, what do you do as a company?
The bottom line of what Experience Sioux Falls does is bring visitors to Sioux Falls. We don't care if that visitor is here for a convention, a meeting, a bus tour, a festival, a parade, a medical appointment, to shop, whatever brings them to Sioux Falls. And a visitor is anyone who comes into Sioux Falls from 50 miles outside of town. And if that's you, then you are a visitor. Why do you come here? Well, maybe you're coming here for something fun to do, but maybe you're coming here to attend something or go to something like a convention or a doctor appointment or, whatever. You might fly in, you might drive in, you might ride in on a bus. All of those people are visitors and they spend their hard-earned money here. And that's what a second largest, industry in South Dakota is tourism. And so if you look around Sioux Falls, if you take away tourism out of the community, whenever I'm speaking to groups, I say, just remember this. If we had no visitors in Sioux Falls, how many fewer eggs would be trucked into Sioux Falls for sale? How many fewer sheets and pillowcases and towels would be needed at hotels by people bringing them in through companies? And then the food and the employees, over 10,000 people in Sioux Falls are employed by the visitor industry. All of those things make a difference. And you and I are employed by the visitor industry. We go home and we pay our bills. We pay our babysitters, we buy gas, we buy cars, we go to the doctor, to the dentist, we buy new clothes, whatever. And then all of those employees get paid because we spent money with them. And so the rollover is 3 to 5 times in a community. So you start adding that up and you're talking millions and millions of dollars. So if we took that away from Sioux Falls, no visitors at all, think about what that would do to our community.
Yeah. Yeah. And so can you explain how your specific team is shaping that visitor industry?
Sure.
In Sioux Falls?
We have a sales team that we've got a person that focuses on sports, a person that focuses on tourism, and then 2 people who focus on every other kind of group that might come into town. We've got a person that focuses on, once you say, I'm coming to Sioux Falls, that person calls you up and says, what can I do for you? You need name badges? Do you need city tours? Do you need maps? Do you want visitor guides? Do you want the mayor to do a welcome at your gathering of any kind? Do you need help with the street department, with the parks department to get event passes? And we do all of that kind of thing that anybody wants to get it all put together so that it's easy for them to come here. So what we're doing is selling, but once we make a sale, we don't forget about that group. The most important thing that we do is take care of the customers. I always say to my team, when you're working with anybody, pretend like they're a guest in your living room. How would you treat them? And then you go about treating them and taking care of them, like you would if they were in your home. So we spend a lot of time deciding what's our focus. If things are going awry in one area, we look at another area. We do a ton of research. So we can tell you where people are coming from. We can tell you where they're going while they're in Sioux Falls. I mean, we're not, stalking people, but we know according to numbers where people are at. And we just keep focusing on those kinds of people and bring them into town.
Yeah. And you already went there, but the visitor industry is the second largest industry in South Dakota and in Sioux Falls. What does that mean to you personally and professionally?
Well, personally, I mean, it kind of ties in with how does that affect my job? I call it a job, but really it's my way of life. After you do something for 40 some years, day in and day out, it just becomes your way of life. It's really important to me as an individual that this industry remains the top notch industry in South Dakota and really anywhere in the country. I often call us a number one host city. That's because we can roll out the carpet like no one else. And we know that and we're proud of it. And we've had planners tell us that they've never been treated the way they get treated in Sioux Falls and that they feel so special. And that they say, sometimes if we book or take our event to this city or that city, they book us, we get a hotel, we're going to do everything at the hotel and we never see them again. With us, they see us from the minute they book them to the minute they get here to when they leave. We make sure every single thing is taken care of. That's really important to me because I would want to be treated that way if I was somewhere. And I just want people to know that we appreciate them and that we care that they are here. Professionally, it ties in. I could say the same thing all over again because I want our organization to be known as a very caring, responsible, warm and friendly group of people. That's what Sioux Falls is.
Yeah. And just a little quick detour. I believe I just got an email from you or from your organization moments ago that you're hiring. Yes.
One of our main employees resigned yesterday due to health reasons. And it makes me really sad. Sad to lose her, but I'm glad that she's going to take care of herself. So we do have a position open. It would be a sales manager in tourism open. So if anybody is interested, you got to have some experience. You got to know how to treat people and you got to be able to handle a multitude of things going on at one time. So you can send your resume into our office. No phone calls, please. I've already gotten some and I just can't do it that way. There's too many people that typically are interested, but send your resume in.
It's a good place to work. That's why you're getting calls.
It's a lot of fun. We work our heinies off.
Yeah.
But, when we can stand back and watch the softball tournament happen or the soccer tournament or a convention go that they've worked on that maybe had a few bumps and getting their people together, whatever, and you stand back and go, yeah, that is what it's all about.
Yeah. Well, we love working with your team. It's just full of energy and just such similar goals at the end of the day. And
well, you guys are much like us.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a little more narrow.
I'm not as ornery as you are, but I'm much more.
Heard anyone call me that other than my mother, but that's pretty good.
I'm much more shy than you are.
That's pretty good. I love that.
Okay.
I've been described as an introvert, actually.
You?
Yeah, I don't agree with it either.
Oh, I don't agree with that at all. Not at all.
So I attended your annual meeting almost a month ago now, which I can't believe it's been a month.
Yes.
Incredible event, really great metrics and just information about the visitor industry, things that I think people really related to, just like the 10,000 jobs that are supported here, the second largest industry, almost billions of dollars of impact that this industry is producing for our community. But one that really stood out to me is that Sioux Falls, for the second time in a row, has surpassed the Black Hills for tourism numbers.
Yes.
Which is just kind of hard to even imagine.
It really is. But the first year I was so shocked. The second year I wasn't quite as shocked. And we just got our numbers in and we did it again.
Well, we're at 3 now.
3. So here's the thing. The Black Hills of South Dakota are incredible. So beautiful.
Agreed.
So much in the Black Hills. A consultant was in Rapid City one time and he came over to Sioux Falls when he was done. And he looked us over and he said to me, keep doing what you're doing and adding new things to see and do. Don't get stuck on one thing and think people are going to come back and come back. And he talked about Mount Rushmore. And he said, once you've seen it, how many times are you going to go back? Well, for my family, we love going back as many times as we can because it's so amazing. But for people who travel a long way, they might see Mount Rushmore once or twice in their life if they're really going a long way. But we are such a regional drive destination for leisure travelers that Sculpture Walk is a perfect example. There are people who love to come back every year to see what the sculptures are like. I was in my office earlier today, and there were 3 different couples looking at sculptures on Phillips Avenue, and they all went a different direction. They weren't even together. And they had their little pamphlet out, and they were doing what we want them to do, and that's looking at the sculptures. What you guys do with events downtown and your own events, that keeps people coming back. Tomorrow night or Friday night, I guess it is, you're going to have open streets.
Yeah.
That's so cool. You don't see that in a lot of cities. And people in the area, I wouldn't be surprised, Brandon, T, Lennox, people are going to come in and do that because it's something new and different. So he said, keep doing that. Don't get stuck on one thing, and you will grow faster as a community than others will. And here we are.
Yeah, we love open streets. It's sort of a relatively new concept still for us.
Oh, it's so cool.
Thank you for that. Really, all of our events, we view downtown Sioux Falls as the region's downtown. Mm-hmm. Just like you're saying, 50 miles away. I would say even up to 200 miles away. This is their downtown.
Yeah.
Parker, South Dakota, or
Winter,
Menlo.
186 miles away. Absolutely, this is the downtown where the fun is.
Yep. We want them all. Here.
We do, and I just look at what's happening downtown from the Steel District, Jacobson Plaza, the Canopy, the restaurants, now open streets. I mean, gosh, we are so lucky to live here.
I agree.
Someone said to me once, you know what, Sioux Falls has really got it going on. And we do.
Got to go. Next T-shirt idea.
There you go. Got it going on.
Well, you operate the only other bid in Sioux Falls, and a bid is a business improvement district, which is kind of a unique concept. And I think if you're not from this world, it's kind of a weird one. Mm-hmm. And ours are very different. There's actually only around 1,000 bids in the country. They were born in 1975 in New Orleans. That's where this concept kind of came up. It just sort of came up on one of my feeds in LinkedIn of history. I don't know. I have apparently really, not very interesting things I follow.
That's all right.
But can you just kind of speak about the purpose of the bid that you're managing and the structure of it and where the funds come from?
Okay. Back in 2011, the hotels said to me about our organization, you don't have enough money. You need more money to sell Sioux Falls so we can get more people in the hotels. So those hoteliers themselves went to City Hall. They went to all the hotels in Sioux Falls and said, will you sign on? Will you sign on? They ran a little campaign and they put it all together. They got the mayor to sign on. The council approved it. And we now get $2 per room per night that room is sold as the bid district for the Sioux Falls Convention and Visitors Bureau, now known as Experience Sioux Falls. That money can only be used for sales and marketing of Sioux Falls. And that is the ordinance that the hotels made the deal with the mayor at that time. It cannot be used for bricks and mortar or anything else but sales and marketing of Sioux Falls to bring people here. We do have one limitation. Hotels with 40 and fewer rooms are not in the bid. So, or if there's a long-term stay hotel, they are not in the bid. So it's 40 plus rooms. It has been a savior for us. I don't know how we would compete if we didn't have the bid, because we were falling behind when they, thank heavens, decided we needed it. And now we don't like to buy business, but sometimes we have to invest in business to get the win over the competition who's saying, here's $25,000, book in our town. Well, we never like to do that. I mean, because we feel our product is so strong. but business practices have led us to the point where we have to do it. The most we've ever invested that I recall is 10 grand. And that was for a citywide event. So we're very, very careful. Yeah.
You get the repeat business.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yours is citywide, the business improvement district. It's specific to hotels. The visitors are paying for it.
Right.
Very different than the downtown one where it's specific to the downtown boundary per ordinance and paid for by the property owners, by the locals.
Yeah.
So different, but sometimes they overlap too.
They do overlap sometimes. And it's very important for listeners to understand that unless you're staying in a hotel, you are not paying that money. That is typically by visitors who stay in a hotel, and that's it.
Yeah. And just back to your annual meeting and some of the metrics we pull, they show the same story. Just the visitors are paying for a lot of the things in our community.
Yeah. And really, if you look around the country, our bid is so low. There is talk about changing it to a percentage. I know parts of the state are working on that already, and it would probably be made as a local option. So you can do it if you want to. I always feel like if it's a local option, okay, because I don't want to stop someplace else in the state from increasing their bid to go after business that they need.
Yeah. Over 40 years.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of things, a lot of change in Sioux Falls and downtown. What are we missing? What opportunities are we missing?
Well, on one side of it, we need to keep attractions coming to Sioux Falls. We don't want to get stale. I mean, we've got a fabulous zoo and butterfly house that are coming together. That's just, going to blow the socks off people. We've got Jacobson Plaza that blows the socks off people. We have to keep adding on to the see and do in our community to keep visitors coming. Just like with Sculpture Walk, every May, a new set of sculptures come. So that's very important. The big elephant in the room is that while our convention center is really a very good convention center, it's not big enough. It's full most of the time, and we are losing business every single day. Not just because I'm sitting here with you as the CEO of Downtown Sioux Falls, but I will tell anybody anywhere that we need to have a convention center in downtown Sioux Falls. Planners constantly tell us when they come in and we do site visits, why in the world is your convention center out here? Why isn't it downtown? And then they brag about downtown Sioux Falls, and they said, you don't see this around the country. You've got an incredible asset in your downtown. You need to get that center downtown because people want to walk. They want to see and do. So that word walkability comes up a lot. The very first group that we booked into the convention center when it opened will not come back here because it's out there, quote. And they had 3,500 women. Average age was probably 60, I'm going to say. And they wanted to shop and they wanted to go eat in restaurants, but they didn't. They flew in. And so, you can get so many taxis or whatever, and they didn't really realize that they were out there as much as they were. And they won't come back until we get a convention center downtown. If you can imagine a convention center someplace in downtown Sioux Falls, and people only have to walk over to Phillips Avenue, all the restaurants are here. The little shops are here. Sculpture Walk is here. Ease and moving around is here. You can walk it. It's safe. Everything is here. We just need to get that building here. And while I hesitate to talk location a whole lot, other than just generally downtown, the bigger issue is the need. We are missing business in Sioux Falls every single day, millions and millions of dollars in business. And we're not talking just today. We're trying to get business here in 2031. We're working that far out, and we don't have anything to sell. We don't have a big convention center to sell, whereas all of our competitive communities they're all adding on to what they've already got. So we're falling behind more every day. We need a convention center. It's economic development. It's jobs. It helps pay taxes. And as progressive as Sioux Falls is, I get frustrated sometimes because why in the world do we not have a convention center in downtown Sioux Falls? So that's my whole thing, is to get that convention center here. That's the one thing in the visitor industry that Sioux Falls needs. When we have a decision to make, do we want to stay in the industry and keep millions and millions, almost billions of dollars coming in and all those 10,000 plus jobs? Or do we just want to let it go and be stale? And that's just frankly where we're at. We need to open our eyes and wake up and do something on the positive. Not for today, because if we decide today we needed a convention center or wanted one, it would take 5 years to go through all the ropes and get it up and built. So how far behind would we be by then? We got to get going. We got it going on in Sioux Falls, but we don't have it going on with a convention center.
There you go. So downtown Sioux Falls is we track walkability.
Sure.
There's a couple different scales and scores. I think you can see some on like Zillow or something. But we were tracking it through some different resources, and they rank it out of 20. Downtown Sioux Falls is ranked 16 out of 20 right now. Constantly trying to push that, and really what helps is the sculpture walk.
For sure.
Psychologically, you're seeing the next thing. It doesn't feel like a big long walk to walk through downtown Sioux Falls or active retail storefronts. But you're right. I think as far as driving foot traffic to downtown, which is our mission, we hear from the small businesses, those retailers, the cookie jar, all those folks who desperately would love Monday through Thursday foot traffic down here. And that's really a visitor kind of traffic and not a local traffic. So big idea, bold idea, really excited for the possibility of that and what it could do for the business community down here, but also for the potholes outside of my own house, which is not in downtown.
Yeah, right. And don't forget that, it would do great things for downtown, but it would also do great things for the rest of the community. Because while people would, love the downtown, the walkability and all, they're going to get out and go places around the community as well. If there is a soccer tournament going on Yankton Trails, they're all over town, but their base potentially could be downtown for where they stay, what they do, and how they enjoy another part of the community. So it isn't something that is just in one area. If they're staying in hotels in downtown, that means that the people who would have stayed in hotels downtown get pushed out to other hotels. So other hotels don't lose business. They just take advantage of those other visitors who get pushed out around the community.
Is that term called compression?
It is called compression.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll be at a conference in Toronto in September timeframe, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't plan to rent a car. Anything I do, restaurant, coffee shop, whatever it might be, is going to be within walking distance. Happy to walk more than 2 blocks. I think that's a little bit of a barrier here in Sioux Falls.
It is.
It seems like 2 blocks is where that barrier starts to come up. But downtown is incredibly walkable, and I walk it every day, and it might take me 10 minutes to walk to the other end of it. It's
that's
really
without you stopping along the way, I would assume.
Yes. However, this is a really tight knit community. And so it's really difficult now to walk around without getting honked at or waved at or like, hey, let's stop in here and chat.
Yeah.
It's still only 10, 15 minutes.
And that's so important because if you're a visitor, you know that you can walk a little ways and you can stop and get a Coke here. Or you can walk a little ways and you can grab lunch at 2 or 3 places that are right in front of you. Or, oh gosh, look at that cute sweater in the mirror. How about in the storefront?
You're already trying it on. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, all those things matter.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're at the end of downtown and you turn around and you walk it back.
Yep. And you voted on your favorite sculpture along the way.
That's right. What a treasure we have.
We do.
In downtown Sioux Falls.
I've heard it described as Hallmark-esque.
Well, it is.
It is.
It really is. We could get Better Homes and Gardens in here with all the flowers blooming. And we could get Midwest Magazine and say, you want to see a downtown that's the greatest? Come here.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Teri, we love what you do. We love Experience Sioux Falls, or ESF as we all refer
right
to it
back
as.
at you.
Thank you for joining me today, and go get them.
Great fun. Thank you. We'll do it.
You are listening to Hello Downtown, a podcast by Downtown Sioux Falls Incorporated. I'm Brandon Hansen.
I'm Taryn Sietsema with Downtown Sioux Falls. Here is today's member moment. Okay, hello everyone. I am so excited today. I am joined by Sheila Anderson, who is brand marketing manager for RAS. Welcome, Sheila.
Happy to be here.
So glad to have you.
Thank you.
Are you ready to get into it?
Let's go.
Okay,
Yeah.
Here we go. Question number 1. Describe your business in 5 words or less.
Where safety meets peace of mind. Okay,
Ooh.
that's 6 words, but
Ooh, I like it though.
does A count?
I mean, yeah. No, we'll say no
Okay.
this time. We'll make it happen. I mean, that's just a filler word, right?
Sure.
Okay. Question number 2, this or that, Riverfest or Parade of Lights?
I'm going to go with Riverfest because our office is in Sharapa
Yes.
1, right? The very first one, and Riverfest is right there.
Yes.
So,
Great location.
yes.
Great location. Summer patio drinks or winter cozy cocktails?
Absolutely summer patio drinks. I mean, have you seen the patios over by the
I know.
river? They're
It's
beautiful.
so much fun, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely summer patio drinks.
Can't beat it. Okay. What's your go-to downtown guilty pleasure? A coffee drink, snack, hidden gem, or a little routine that you can't resist?
This was hard. And most people that know me would probably say, well, shopping in a boutique.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am in love with the smoothie, the Sioux smoothie
Oh.
at Pomegranate Market. And so that's kind of I don't know if it's a healthy habit or a guilty pleasure,
I love it.
but I love that. And then I can just take it and, walk along.
I
the
haven't tried
riverfront.
it. So now you
have
influenced
to.
me to
It's
go try
so
that.
good.
That's
It's so
awesome.
good.
But see, that's the best thing. There's so many different things that,
There are.
you just hear about word of mouth, which is
Yes.
super cool about downtown.
Yep.
Okay. Question number 4. If Downtown Sioux Falls had a mascot, what would it be?
Okay, so I am going to go with a river otter.
Okay. That's
Has
like,
everybody else said that?
Yes.
What?
We've had
Okay.
several. I love it though.
I love it because they're very community minded and they like to have fun. And then the Big Sioux River is really defining
Mm-hmm.
downtown Sioux Falls.
I love that.
So I think you could have like a name the mascot.
I love
That'd be a
that.
fun contest.
We could have a real otter.
We could.
Let's make that happen.
Okay.
A Riverfest otter. Okay, last question. For people walking into your business for the first time, what's one key thing they should know about RAS?
We're really in the prevention business as much as the insurance business. So our products work comp insurance.
Yes.
So the best workers' compensation claim is one that never happens.
Mhm.
And we invest heavily in our safety resources, our loss control, and helping employers create safer workplaces. So at the end of the day, it's really about helping people come home safely.
Amen to that. And I can say for us personally, you guys have been very helpful to us when we have had claims.
Oh,
And
it's great
so
to
we
know.
appreciate that. And also from the preventative side, I think just all the resources that you have just to understand like how to stop those safety issues from happening or someone from ever being hurt in the first place
Absolutely.
is like huge.
Yes.
So thank you for that. Thank you for
Yes.
coming on today.
Thank
and I want to
you.
thank RAS for being visionary members of Downtown Sioux Falls as well. We appreciate you guys and all that you do for downtown.
Well, we are proud to support it.
Thank you for being partners.
Thank you.
This is Hello Downtown.
Downtown Open Streets is back. Join us this summer as we create a car-free community playground with 4 family-friendly events at the start of each month.
Find more about Open Streets and all events in downtown Sioux Falls at our website, dtsf.com. dtsf.com.